Hey, Pardon My Take listeners, you can find every episode on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Prime members can listen ad-free on Amazon Music. On today's Pardon My Take, we have Kurt Warner in studio talking some football with the Hall of Famer Kurt Warner. We also recap our trip to Buffalo, Monday Night Football. What an event, what a game. We talk about all of that. We have our good friend Jersey Jerry back for Bring Your Lunch Pail is what we're calling it.
Bring Your Lunch Pail.
Yeah, Blue Collar Talk. Also, he's fighting in the Rough and Rowdy on Friday night. So we're going to talk to him about that as well at the end of the show. Hot Seat, Cool Throne, and we're brought to you by our friends at Dude Wipes. Dude Wipes. Use code TAKE15 for 15% off your entire order at dudewipes.com. Listen, I'll shoot you guys straight right now. This is the time of this year that you're maybe not eating your best, that you maybe need to make sure you're extra clean downstairs. Well, Dude Wipes has it all, because Dude Wipes, if you need to maybe use something after the toilet paper to make sure you're actually clean, you'd be surprised how not clean you are. Dude Wipes will make sure that you are clean. They have extra large flushable wipes made with plant-sourced fibers designed to give your butt a cleaner, more refreshing finish than TP after dropping a number 2. It does. It feels refreshing. It feels like you just took a shower when you use Dude Wipes. Be prepared for any situation with Dude Wipes. They come in at home and on-the-go options. They also have Dude Powder and Dude Shower body wipes that are great products for those hot and sticky days. You can find everything on Amazon or Dude Wipes at Walmart or Target nationwide, or go to dudewipes.com. Use code TAKE15 for 15% off your entire order at dudewipes.com. Use code TAKE15 for 15% off your entire order at dudewipes.com. Go right now. Make sure that you're keeping that butt, that tuchus, shout out Mike Greenberg, that tuchus, nice and clean with Dude Wipes. Take 15 for 15% off your entire order at dudewipes.com. Okay, let's go.
Now in the street there is violence, and lots of work to be done. No place to hang out or washing, and then I can't blame all on the sun. Oh no, we're gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Oh, we're gonna rock down to Electric
It's Pardon My Take, presented by Barstool Sports.
Welcome to Pardon My Take, presented by Tostitos, the official chip and dip of the NFL. Is Tostitos mad at you right now, PFT?
They're really pissed off because you can't buy their product in Manhattan anymore. I bought all the Hint of Limes. They're really mad. Sorry, Tostitos.
We love Tostitos. We eat Tostitos all the time. He's telling the truth right now. Mm-hmm. Today is Wednesday, December 8th, and I think we need to start the show with a word from our friend Henry Lockwood.
The floor is yours.
Listen, guys, I've learned a lot over the years. I know some things. I don't know some other things. Before yesterday, I was steadfast in my belief that weather doesn't matter. Wind is not a factor unless it's a tornado. And I was proven correct pretty much up until last night. Mm-hmm. But Bill Belichick, the wisest, smartest man in the history probably of this planet, one of the greatest leaders who has ever lived, taught me a lesson, and I'm okay with that. I'm willing to admit, because of what Bill Belichick showed me, that weather does matter.
Okay.
Wind can be a factor.
Okay.
And if it's windy, there might not be as many points.
Weather
Maybe.
does exist.
So,
yes.
but that's still a maybe, because when was the weather the worst? At the start of the game, I would say. In the first quarter, most points were in the first quarter. If you're going to have bad weather, I think it's better to have really, really bad weather than halfway bad weather.
Yeah, you're right. Like the wind, the problem with the wind is the wind got tired out. We needed more wind to keep it crazier. It was a wild game. We were there. We're going to recap our trip. But let's talk about the actual game first. So the Patriots, Bill Belichick, we should have been clued in when he wore the Navy football mask before the game. It is Army-Navy week. And then he went and attempted 3 passes the entire night, one of which I'm pretty sure Mac Jones checked out of a run.
In the first half, they really attempted. They called 0 passes in the first half, but Mac Jones checked into that pass that he threw for like a 16-yard gain or whatever. Belichick was probably furious he checked into that.
Yeah, so they had a stretch where they had 32 straight runs, 93% of their play calls were runs. They ran it down the Bills' throat. It became so hilarious and ridiculous that I kept on saying while we were at the game, I was like, they can fuck them up with a pass here because no one's expecting it. But then I actually think it reversed on it where it's like, no, they're going to fuck them up because they ran it when it was, I think there was like a 3rd and 14 that they ran it when everyone thought they were going to pass it.
To set up that field goal.
And they just kept on running it.
Yeah, so the Bills got double reversed by Bill Belichick.
Yes.
And they started to be like, wait, now he's going to pass it. Surely he'll pass it now. And then nope, just kept running it. Like it was a crazy football game. It was something that I don't think any of us have ever seen, at least live, before.
Yes.
Whether like those conditions and how they affected the kicks, especially more field goal luck. By the way, Hank, for your New England Patriots, if they make that field goal on the second to last drive in the fourth quarter,
which I still disagree with them taking it because we watched field goals be taken in that part of the end zone and everything got hit by like a brick wall.
Yeah, so the ball would get held up. And then, as it would stop in midair, it would get pushed over to the side.
Yes.
No matter how hard you kicked it, especially Bass. The Patriots kicker seemed to be doing pretty well into that wind when he was warming up for the game, but Bass was really struggling with it.
Also, but the Bills had the opportunity to either defer the kickoff or pick the field, and they deferred the kickoff.
Yeah,
that's true.
Which affected the second. That
true.
means they had to go on the bad field in the second and fourth quarter.
The entire Bills.
Belichick's a genius.
Yeah, the Bills. Game plan seemed a little bit weird last night because there was very clearly one way that you're going, you can pass the ball, one way it's harder. You should be running hurry up when you're going with the wind. Mm-hmm. You should be using timeouts when you're going with the wind. You should be running the ball, which the Patriots did all game, but they especially did it when they're going against the wind to run clock and get the win in your favor. It felt like Belichick had control of that game from the jump. It felt like the Bills didn't, and I don't know if we want to, this is going to be tough because we love the city of Buffalo, but it's bad we were listening to the radio on the way out. It's bad for the Bills right now because they thought this was going to be the year they're going to win the AFC East. They won it last year, but this was the year they're building something. They're contending for a Super Bowl. The Patriots come in, bad weather, beat them, and now they're still going to make the playoffs. But now, in a 4-week stretch, the Bills' season can kind of fall apart here by having to face the Patriots and Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. Like the Bills if you're a Bills fan, you just had the Patriots come into Buffalo, beat you for lead in the division, and then
throwing the ball 3 times. And then what's your consolation prize next week? Oh, you have to go up against the quarterback that, as a team, the Bills or Tom Brady is 32-3 against.
You're down real bad if you're a Bills fan right now because and especially not just the fans. I actually think that the coaching staff has the exact same sentiment and the same feeling that we heard on the sports talk show callers yesterday because Sean McDermott was getting so pissed off in his press conference. He's entered the Marsha phase where he's like, stop talking to me about Bill Belichick. I get it. Everybody loves Bill. I'm not bad. Stop talking about Bill like that. And so he's like, he's definitely understanding that he got outcoached a little bit last night.
Yes,
they should have done all sorts of weird stuff. You're right. They should have used their timeouts in the first and third quarters.
Should have gone hurry up with the wind.
They should have gone hurry up with the wind
because Josh Allen could throw.
They should have had Josh Allen throw the ball as far as he can into the wind on third down, send a guy downfield, and use that as a punt because you're not able to punt into that wind.
Yep.
It goes like 15 yards if you try. I said last night when we were in the booth, I really believe that it's true. Like this is that episode of The Sopranos where Artie Bucco saw his grandfather's recipe for rabbit, and he was like, you know what? I'm going to rediscover my love for cooking. And then he made that after the restaurant started to suck. That's what Bill Belichick did with his dad's playbook.
Yeah.
He's like, these are the plays that my dad used to run. I'm going to blow the dust off this. I'm going to hand it to Josh McDaniels. And I actually think that Bill Belichick did not want to attempt a single pass last night.
Oh, absolutely.
He was forced into it at the end, and it would have been amazing. That's a regret that Bill Belichick's going to have. He's not going to have many of them at the end of his career, but he's going to regret not winning this game with 0 passes.
If the punt return didn't get fucked up, I really think that would have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, Belichick is like in his element. I know that there's a camp being like, what, he didn't do anything special? Well, he harnessed the wind, and he was able to win a game. Like, we were joking on the way in that Belichick probably has an entire, like, binder full of just like win games. If a win game happens, here's what we do. And you could just feel like it was a close game. The Bills defense, we saw the clip afterwards, Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde being upset about the question, was it embarrassing? I think that was a fair question. Because you got run on. You got run on, and you got run on some more.
The problem was then the reporter was like, in my day, we used to be able to ask those questions. Anytime you start a sentence by saying, like, in my day, you're already saying, like, it's not currently my day right now.
But here's the problem if you're the Bills. Because the Bills' defense has been good, but I think there's a prevailing sentiment of, like, they've been good, but their schedule's been a little soft, so you don't know. So I've mentioned before, Stat Hole Sports, Jeff Henderson, who does these weird stats for us, he did a graphic, most runs in a row since 1999 called by an offense. The top 2 are against the 2021 Buffalo Bills. Last night, the Patriots called 32 in a row, and then Week 11 against the Colts called 24 run plays in a row.
Damn.
And if you look at what the Bills...
That is embarrassing.
That's embarrassing. And, like, literally, it's the entire graphic. I retweeted it. The graphic is most runs in a row, and it's in blue, it's versus the 2021 Buffalo Bills, and in gray, it's versus not the 2021 Buffalo Bills. And then it's the list of everything else. But the Bills have played 3 teams that can impose their will and run on you, the Patriots, the Colts, and the Titans, and all 3 teams have been able to run on them.
The Bills also, in the words of a Paul Feinbaum caller, ain't beat nobody.
Yeah.
They beat the Chiefs, but that's before the Chiefs became the Chiefs.
These Chiefs.
Yeah, that was those Chiefs.
Correct.
And they were losing to a lot of teams that probably shouldn't be beating them nowadays. But yeah, the Bills, they struggle against good teams. They struggle against more physical teams, and that is embarrassing for a defense.
It's bad.
And I was watching Baldy's breakdown of this game. This is Baldy in his element. I'm pretty sure Baldy just like went outside in his own backyard where it was cold so he could watch this game to feel like he was there. He was breaking down how the Patriots were calling the same play, the exact same play over and over, but they were alternating. We're going to run it to the right, and then the next play to the left, then the next play back to the right. It was going back and forth. Shout out Ray Allen. And they were doing the exact same running play, and it was working every single time.
It's Jim Harbaugh-esque. I think Jim Harbaugh actually did that in a bowl game where he ran the same exact play like 13 times in a row. It is the most demoralizing thing when a team runs on you and they know that they're going to run and you can't stop it. Now, we don't want to be all doom and gloom because, like I said, it's terrible.
Keep it coming. If
you're a Bills fan and it's like we lost that game,
I feel bad
and then
for
we
Bills
played
fans.
Tom Brady, who's like our like. This sentence
they had a good year run.
This sentence shouldn't happen to the Bills because it's so painful to even say that the Bills' season is going to fall apart because they have to play the Patriots and also Tom Brady.
Yeah, that sucks.
Like they have to play 3 out of 4 games at least against the Patriots and also Tom Brady.
You used to be able to get that out of the way in 1 week.
Yeah, one full swoop.
And it's just made it more painful for them. What was that one caller that we heard last night when we were leaving the parking lot? He said that it was like McDermott was playing checkers and Belichick was playing 3-dimensional Star Trek chess.
I don't know if that exists, but it exists in their mind. And so, all right, so let's do positive for the Bills because you still are going to make the playoffs. You have to play Tom Brady.
Is that confirmed?
Well, they have games against the Panthers, Panthers, Falcons, and Jets all at home. Still left on the schedule.
Would have been nice to beat the Jaguars.
But I think that you can comfortably say that the Bills will get to 10 wins, which should get them into the playoffs. And maybe you build something. Maybe you get hot at the right time. That game sucked. It also just sucks because like we had a bunch of Bills fans sitting with us. Shout out Benny the Butcher and Tony De Niro. They were sitting with us, and Pizza Pete. It was like they basically kept on turning to Dave Feidelberg and Hank, and they're like, we need this. Mm-hmm. We need this. Not, like they were almost asking for permission to win that game. Mm-hmm. And I went up to Pizza Pete, who, if you don't know Pizza Pete, he's part of a huge tailgate in Buffalo. He cooks pizzas out of a filing cabinet. Great guy. Mm-hmm. I was like, sorry, Pizza Pete, after the game. And he was like, life goes on. I was like, you've done this before.
It's sad. We were walking out to the car, and me and Fights walked past one of the pizza stands that they had set up in the concourse there, and it was just this woman by herself sitting on the counter, staring down at the ground right in front of her, not blinking, not saying a word, just misery. If Norman Rockwell got really depressed, that's exactly what he would be painting. It was very sad to watch. The disappointment in Benny's voice when he was like, come on, guys. He was literally doing the do something.
Yeah, right.
The poke it with a stick.
Right.
That's what he was saying. That's what he was like, come on. Like, this is supposed to be our year. But the spin zone for Buffalo is, I guess, now it's time where you can circle the wagons.
Yes.
You don't circle the wagons when times are good.
Well, no, but seriously, though, if they go down to Tampa Bay and win this game on Sunday, they're okay. You know what I mean? Like, you have a chance right away to change it. And
would you say
the
it's
Bucs
a
have a running back that can run the ball? Oh, fuck. They do.
Playoff Lenny.
Shit. Okay, so the week after... No, that's the Patriots again. The week after... No, that's the Panthers. The Panthers.
Yep.
You beat the Panthers.
You're not a fan of L. Ron Chubbard?
The Panthers have given up. Mm-hmm. They have. They fired
our offensive coordinator. Who's calling plays?
Yeah, and Christian McCaffrey's probably out for the year. They've given up.
He is.
The Bills are going to make the playoffs. If you're a Bills fan, maybe this will be the start of the DVD. Like, couldn't be lower, right? Couldn't be lower than Bill Belichick running 32 times down your throat.
If they go 2-1 against Brady and the Pats, and if they win against the Brady and then against the Pats, then they're back.
They're gonna have a completely
that's a tall task.
They need to do something.
It seems like the locker room is falling apart.
No, I don't know about that.
On,
what do you mean?
Hank?
It seems like the locker room.
Right.
You never know what's going on in the locker room.
Too much.
Yeah,
you never know what's going on in the locker room.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's the fact: it's either a situation where they're going to come together, start of the championship DVD. You know, you've had a bad game, the team comes together, they come back and they have a good end of the year, or they are falling apart and they're going to get killed by the Bucs. I think you're not going to know till Sunday.
What they could do. What if Cole Beasley just went and got vaccinated?
I take one for the team.
I'm ready to go, boys.
I think
get
kicked off.
I mean, that would be the equivalent of Rudy. He walks into coach's office and lays his vaccination card on his desk.
Wouldn't that make Cole Beasley the greatest teammate of all time if he's like, I'm not getting vaccinated. People think I'm not getting vaccinated because I don't believe in the vaccine. I'm not getting vaccinated because it's an ace up my sleeve that I can rally the troops whenever we need it late in the season.
Okay, if we're being honest, and I'm not rooting for this, but if Cole Beasley were to get vaccinated and he was one of the 0.5% that had a really adverse reaction to it, and so he's like, I was right, I shouldn't have gotten vaccinated, but he was holed up in bed for the next 2 months.
Yeah.
Then the team rallies around Cole
good point.
for doing that to try to protect them.
Good point. Good point. He's looking out for you all along.
Again, I'm not rooting for that to happen, but it would be poetic if it did.
The season's not over for Buffalo. It might feel like it. Speaking from my own experience, this is I'm about to do the same thing on Sunday night. There's nothing worse than just feeling helpless against a division rival. It's meet the old boss or meet the new boss, same as the old boss kind of feeling to it. But trust Buffalo. Trust.
I think they'll be okay. They need to do something drastically different, though, the next time that they play the Patriots. On defense.
Make them pass?
They're probably going to, they might do the defense that the Chargers did to the Ravens. Remember that in the playoffs a few years ago?
Yeah.
Where they just put 9 dudes up close to the line of scrimmage the entire time.
Beat us, Mac Jones?
Beat us, Mac Jones. You can live with losing to Mac Jones.
Yes.
Although I do love the fact that Patriots fans are like, see, this is Mac. He's a great game manager. Mac did not lose us that game.
I mean... Oh, actually, no. I was going to say he went the whole game without fucking up a handoff, but I didn't see a replay of the pitch that got fucked up.
Hit him in the hands.
Okay, so they hit him in his hands. If it hits you in your hands, you got to catch it.
Touch it, you can catch it. Now, Hank, do you think the Patriots might be peaking too soon?
Oh.
I kind of do, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, the Colts are a pretty big game coming up. You're going right back to...
Well, we have the bye.
Oh, the bye, that's right. The byes are too late this year. This is too late.
Yes,
fantasy
playoff football season now. And people
coming
have
out bad
Travis.
Yeah.
Is it Trent Brown, the left tackle?
Yeah. He's insane.
He is
the largest man
biggest
ever.
person I've ever seen in my life.
He makes everyone else look small.
The tight end, Jonnu Smith, right?
Yeah.
That was lined up next to him. It looked like me standing next to Big Cat.
It's crazy.
Trent Brown standing next to Jonnu. It was insane. He's got to be 6'9", 350.
He's... I might
be underselling him.
You might have been generous. One other thing about the game that we got to mention. I don't think this is a take that is a prevailing popular take, but I saw enough people say it that we have to address it. The fucking nerds that were complaining about the weather, that were saying all games should be played in a dome. The one tweet from this guy, Jay Berman, he said, "This isn't fun or funny. It inexplicably impacts the outcome. How are you okay with that? Just end the charade and build 32 domes, please."
He's right, because it's not fun or funny. It's both fun and funny.
Yes, because, listen, I was thinking about it, like, and it might be recency bias, but I think if maybe next year we could do a poll. What are the 2 most memorable Monday night games we've had in the last 5 years? I would probably argue that it's last night because of how weird and different it was, and then Chiefs-Rams, which was perfect environment, crazy offense. Like, why not both? The reason why playing outside and having to deal with the elements in December is fun is that you have games like last night. Do I want to watch that game every single day? Absolutely not. But it was weird. It was fun. You saw coaches adapt or not adapt if you're Sean McDermott. You saw football that you haven't seen in a very long time. Like, you will remember a 3-pass game with 32 consecutive run plays. That's what makes sports fun. Being like every game should be played in a dome in perfect environment is like it's arena football. You're making it completely sterile. You're making it all the same. You're basically saying we want to have a track meet every single game and we don't want to have any variables. The variables in sports make it fun. Like, think about baseball. Every single field is different.
I think they should do that with the NFL too.
Like, it's fun. It's fun.
Like the Vikings should have just one pole for the uprights to make it even.
It's basically if you have a take of every game should be played in a dome, I just assume that you essentially want football to be played on a spreadsheet.
Yeah,
that's
you don't like watching the games. You would prefer to watch the little dot diagrams that they put up after the plays. They're like, wow, look at this play. The freaks that nut over the dot diagrams absolutely confuse me. Why do you want to look at that? You're more interested in seeing, like, in theory, if this game was being played, like if this game was being observed by a robot, this is what it would look like? No, you want the variables, you want the snow. In fact, the more drastic the weather conditions, the better. Across the board, in all sports. It's so much more fun. It reminds you of playing snow football when you're a kid, which is the best time that you can ever have in your entire life. And not to get horny with it, I'm not being horny.
Okay.
For the record, I'm not being horny. Miley Cyrus is hot.
Yeah.
Would I want every woman to look like Miley Cyrus? No, I wouldn't, because then I'd miss out on the Cardi B's.
Right.
You know, like, you want a little variety.
It's a weird analogy,
you
but
want
I'm following you.
No, I'm saying, like,
you.
Buffalo weather is ratchet as fuck.
Yeah, I'm
and
following
you need
you.
a little bit of ratchet to spice things up.
Well, it's also, guess what? It's fun in the playoffs when it's like, hey, if you want home field advantage, if you want to have weather on your side, like, I happen to enjoy when a team builds around the weather and they're like, hey, we're going to run the craziest thing about the Bills right now, and I don't want to bring it all the way back to like dumping on the Bills because they are still a good team, but they gotta figure out a way to be able to run the ball. Like, it's going to be cold, it's going to be windy, it's going to be snowy in Buffalo in December. You should have a team that can run the ball because that's what the Patriots have built. I love the element of every game is different and played in different circumstances. So anyone who says, I don't think this is a popular thought, but I saw enough of it last night that I had to say those people are nerds, dorks, and losers. Anti-football pussies.
There we go. Anti-football pussy of the week.
Yes.
I'm
those
also
guys.
still, I just want to clarify on my stance. I will still be smashing pretty much every over in any game with weather existing.
Good clarification.
I acknowledge its existence.
Yes.
Okay. You're no longer an atheist when it comes to weather. You're agnostic.
Right.
Yes.
You're just going to ignore it, but you acknowledge that it's there.
By the way, it's not unheard of to think that, like, Belichick has something to do with how the weather is being formed.
Yeah.
If any coach had a cold machine or a wind machine, it'd probably be Bill.
It was so bad in the van. So let's talk about our trip because it was a great trip. We went to Wingnuts. Great to see Ed and Alicia. Thank you to everyone who bought a shirt or a sweatshirt. We raised, I think the total, if you saw the check, it was like $15,000. I think the actual check I gave to Ed was like $16,500. And the shirts are still up there.
New shirts, too.
New shirts, sweatshirts, size, sauciness, crunch with a buffalo wing. If you buy it, we're going to still keep giving them money. They said, what'd they say to you, PFT?
They said that they've been sold out since we visited in August. They've been sold out every single day except for 11 days before they even opened.
Crazy.
So they sold out every day, obviously.
Yes.
But before they even opened up for business, they weren't able to take orders except for 11 days since August. And Ed was very happy to see us. And it was good to see Ed and Alicia thriving. Like, they were genuinely They were grateful for everything that you guys have done for them by buying these shirts
and going to visit them.
And they truly do love you guys. If you are trying to get wing nuts and you're in Buffalo, it might be frustrating, but the process they've got right now is hit them up on Facebook Messenger, and they'll reply to you one by one whether or not they can fill that order. They don't have a better way to take care of it right now because they're so busy.
And hopefully this money will help that.
Yeah, hopefully that'll help that. But they're so busy, and the wings, they're just as good, if not better, than when we went there in August. I told Ed, I was like, Ed, I kind of hate you because you ruined chicken wings for me. I can't eat chicken wings anywhere else. And he goes, you're welcome.
Yeah, no, but it's the truth. It really is. Like, having those wings changed my life, changed all of our lives. So it was great seeing them. It was great being in Buffalo. Every time we're in Buffalo, the people are very, very nice. But what I was going to say was, so we went to Wing Nuts, then we got in the van and we went to the game. And in the van, it was essentially like a podcast that we were doing just out loud, talking about how the wind doesn't matter and the wind doesn't exist. And then we all talked each other into taking the over, which was very, very stupid.
You guys talked me into the dumbest bet.
It got the dumbest over. It was just funny.
Well, I wasn't going to take the over, but then you were like going with my theory that win doesn't matter. I was like, well, I can't not get in on this.
I retired from gambling, and you assholes talked me in to taking the stupidest bet of all time.
Not in the first quarter.
No, it felt awesome in the first quarter.
The line, at one
Mac
point, it
Jones
was live
threw
46.
3 passes.
Wow.
He threw 3 passes, and you guys brought me back into the gambling game.
It was electric, though. For that moment that we thought we could basically call out the entire internet and be like, the win doesn't exist, you fucking idiots. That was a moment I'll always have, because I really was. Like, I was mapping out in my head what I was going to, like, do a video being like, haha, fuck you guys, the wind is a fucking pussy, we own the wind.
It would have been incredible.
But no, it didn't happen that way. But yeah, the stadium is cool. That was the first time we've been, or PFT and I have been in the stadium. Hank, you'd been there before. Ate so much. Every time we go to Buffalo, shout out Lenova Pizza. Awesome pizza.
Buffalo has the best food.
It's incredible.
Maybe the most underrated food, but it's all food that's designed to keep you warm as you eat it.
And happy.
So it's like gravy, pizza, and wings. Those are the 3 main food groups in Buffalo.
Yeah.
And that makes for a very happy population.
Some guy licked your nipple.
Some guy licked my nipple.
I wonder what he was doing today.
Yeah.
Probably brushing his teeth.
Wonder if he had like a girlfriend that saw it and was like, what the fuck?
I had a Fire Fest that I'll save for Friday. But I had a Fire Fest in the stadium.
Shit your pants?
No. I'll just say it because it's ridiculous. Did you guys use the bathroom?
I did, yeah.
So I went and took a shit because we went in there early, and someone clogged the toilet.
Oh, my God.
There was no plunger. So,
right
Did
when
you have
we
to go
got
get
there?
one?
No, so...
Spider?
I don't want to say this. No, I'm a resourceful guy.
Oh, my God.
I've been in this spot before.
Oh, no.
If you notice, the trash can next to the toilet had, like when you're in a stadium or an airport, and underneath the bag, there's like 17 bags. So they can just like bag it up and it's already there.
You gloved up?
I took one of the bags and I...
shit mitts?
I plunged the toilet with my hand in a bag.
You fisted your own shit.
In a bag. Well, it wasn't the...
No, you fisted your own shit.
No, the shit didn't clog the toilet. It was the toilet paper after. I got one good flush in.
Okay.
And then it was the second flush, which always does me in because I never... Dude, I'm in a stadium. You'd think stadium bathrooms would have good flush.
We got to talk to you about toilet paper management.
Yeah, that's what... I'm starting to think that's what it is,
yeah,
too.
Big Cat, you know what? You waste paper. You're a paper waster.
I don't know. I was...
Dude wipes.
Yeah, Dude Wipes. Great. Take 15. Go right now to Dude Wipes. I actually need to start traveling with Dude Wipes because that is absolutely true. So, yeah, that was, but no one noticed because it was a shared bathroom between 2 suites that was in the hallway. So it would have been a disaster if someone had come back because I was gone for like 20 minutes.
It would have gotten back to who it was.
Oh, yeah.
Quickly.
Wait, Big Cat, was that like... So you remember when I spilled that drink right when we got in there?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, somebody spilled a drink.
Yeah.
Probably the same person that spilled a drink in the van earlier. I don't know who it could have been. And then Big Cat immediately responded with like, haha, it's like whenever I go on the road and I'm like, somebody clogged my toilet. And you acted like you were making a joke, but it was really...
you said it was probably the same person that clogged the toilet.
Yeah. And you know what's the craziest part?
But I thought he was joking.
Do you know what the craziest part is? Do you know what the craziest part is? that was before I clogged the toilet, which makes it even worse because it's like I know myself so well that it's like you made a joke about clogging the toilet, then you went and fucking clogged the toilet, you fat piece of shit. I'm disgusting. 2022 is going to be my year.
Listen,
I'm going to get in shape.
I loved it in Buffalo. I had a great time. The food was obviously amazing. Wing Nuts was great. I would not trade that for anything. I love those chicken wings. But I ate so much chicken that I got nightmares last night.
Oh, I woke up with heartburn.
Have you ever gotten nightmares from just eating food? That's where I was at last night with sodium and fat.
No, I had a thought today when I was coming into work that I was like, I could be having a mini heart attack because I woke up with just raging heartburn. I was just like, that was part of my 2022 is going to be my year where I get in shape.
I had to shit so bad when I woke up this morning that I wanted to take a COVID test. I thought I had coronavirus because
But I love Buffalo.
Yeah.
It's the best. It really is the best. The people are the best. The team is not so good because they can't stop the run.
They'll get it together.
They'll get it together.
I have faith.
All right, let's do Hot Seat, Cool Throne, and then we will get to Kurt Warner and also Jersey Jerry. Hot Seat, Cool Throne is brought to you by our friends at HelloFresh. We've talked about HelloFresh before. I'm going to be using HelloFresh in 2022 because it's healthy and it's making your own meals at home. Don't worry about going to the grocery store. Don't worry about takeout every night that's not good for you. HelloFresh offers 50 menu and market items to choose from every week, including vegetarian, calorie smart, and gourmet options, providing plenty of variety. Ingredients travel from the farm to your door within a week, so you get the convenience without skimping on the quality. Plus, skip trips to the grocery store and avoid long holiday lines. Recipes like balsamic and fig beef tenderloin or pecan crusted salmon make holiday meals feel special without the high cost of dining out or delivery. There's nothing better than cooking at home. It really is the best. A nice home-cooked meal makes you feel good. It's good for you. So do it right now. Save on an average over $65 per month when you order HelloFresh instead of grocery shopping. That's more money to spend on presents and activities. HelloFresh is incredible. I had a little chicken dish with some rice. It was the perfect portion, too, because that's the thing is I'll cook and I'll just cook way too much. HelloFresh has a perfect portion where it's just a great, great meal. So go to HelloFresh.com/PMT14. Use code PMT14 for up to 14 free meals and 3 free gifts. HelloFresh.com/PMT14. Use code PMT14 for up to 14 free meals and 3 free gifts. HelloFresh.com/PMT14. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. All right, Hank, Hot Seat, Cool Throne.
My hot seat is the Manning cast.
Ooh.
Joe Buck put him in a body bag.
Yeah, he did.
Peyton Manning specifically.
Our guy Joe.
They were talking, they asked Joe Buck, they're like, when a game's a blowout, do you ever wish you had a guest on so you could, kind of fill the conversation because the game's such a blowout? And Joe Buck said, the last time I even thought about that was your Super Bowl game against the Seahawks when they got fucking
boom
smoked.
Roasted. Boom roasted. Almost like it was set up.
Almost.
I don't think the Manning cast would do that, though.
Me neither. My Cool Throne, I don't know whether to put this on the hot seat
By
or
the
Cool
way,
Throne.
Eli's getting younger.
Yes, he is.
Have you noticed that?
It's
He's
crazy.
getting younger. Peyton looks like he's 70.
Yeah. No, Eli,
Minimum.
every time I see Eli, I'm like, why did he retire?
Yeah. Eli looks younger than Daniel Jones.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Is Miami on the hot seat or the Cool Throne? They're on the Cool Throne.
Miami's on the Cool Throne. They got everything figured out. They got Mario Cristobal. He's coming home.
Kind of like hot seat for being a scumbag. University.
Yeah, I don't know about the Manny Diaz part. Are you talking about the healthcare part?
The healthcare part and the Manny Diaz
The
part.
healthcare
are
part is
both,
pretty crazy.
Pretty
Yeah.
scummy.
So they've never used any of their healthcare budget or any budget outside their athletic department until now to buy a head coach. And don't get me wrong, like Miami's used money from plenty of unscrupulous sources before. In fact, that's usually when they're at their best.
Right.
When they dip into
Nevin
that.
Shapiro.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess they made like $400 million in profit last year during the coronavirus. So they're like, hey, let's kick some of that money in the football program. All I'm saying is, like, it's the U. What do you expect?
Yeah. Listen, if you
All right,
had
so Cool Throne. That's what
I
I was debating whether or not they should be on the hot seat or Cool Throne. I think they should be on the hot seat, but apparently no one cares. Everyone's like, oh, this is good for them.
If you ask Danny Boy Kane, is it cool if we use this COVID slush fund? He'd be like, yeah, let's do it. Because he's probably, he didn't have COVID. What do you have? The swine flu.
No,
So
he didn't.
knows.
No, he did not.
I'm pretty sure he did.
No.
Oh, he got attacked by a bear. That's
No.
right. But yeah, no, Mario Cristobal is a great hire. I did feel really bad for Manny Diaz because it was essentially an open secret for the last 2 weeks that Mario Cristobal was going to be the next coach. But Miami was like, we don't want to fire someone until he puts ink to paper. So instead, we'll just have Manny Diaz keep going out and recruiting. And he won't be the coach, but he is right now because we don't actually have the contract.
Hurricuck. It was bad. It was everybody knew that it was happening, and Cristobal obviously has deep ties to Miami. But it's back to the situation of what do you expect if you're Manny Diaz, the way that you were brought there. Like, you left Temple after one day, right? Was he at Temple for a day?
No, he was a Temple coach for a while, but he did leave Temple poorly, I'm pretty sure.
He left Temple very quickly to go to Miami. So, I don't know.
Might have been,
That's just college football. That's just how it shakes out with college football. Now,
this is the new norm.
Now Nike is going to throw a bag at somebody. I don't know who it's going to be. Chip Kelly, maybe, back to Oregon?
Oh, yeah, he did leave Temple after like a day.
It was like a day.
It was like a George O'Leary.
Yeah.
He was named on December 13th, 2018, and on December 30th, 2018, he was named Miami head coach.
Yeah, because that's the job that he wanted.
So yeah, I mean, 3 weeks is a long time.
And also, Manny Diaz probably got a buyout.
Yeah.
He's probably doing okay right now, so I'm not gonna shed any tears for Manny Diaz. I'm rooting for the U to be back because it's fun.
Yeah.
When Miami's a good football team.
Absolutely. They're definitely one of those programs you want them to be competitive. And I think Mario Cristobal, like, if you know anything about Mario Cristobal, he's a tremendous, tremendous recruiter. So he had Oregon recruiting better than it's ever recruited. All he has to do is keep some guys in Miami, and they'll be back to at least contending for ACC titles.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting to the Alabama level, Ohio State, that whole echelon is a lot longer of a haul.
Well, it's
but I think Miami fans would take losing by 40 to Clemson in the ACC championship.
Yeah, but now Venables has gone from Clemson.
Yeah.
So now that the ACC is wide open.
Yeah.
The ACC runs through Wake Forest.
There it is.
Be careful.
Kenny Pickett. Go back one more year.
Kenny Heisman.
All right, your hot seat, cool throne.
You had your.
You got one more. Was
Miami
your cool throne?
Miami was kind of both.
I guess it was. I had another one.
What's your other one?
No, it's fine.
Throw it out there.
No, it's fine.
Say
you
it.
moved on.
Schrodinger's You.
You moved on. Outer Banks, back for season 3.
Oh.
Okay, cool.
I didn't finish season 2.
I watched season 2.
I didn't watch season 2.
The geography it confused me quite a bit.
I watched the first couple episodes of season 2. I think it's a summer show. And I think, did it come out in the fall? That was me trying to make an excuse. I just realized
it's not a summer show.
Yeah, so it's not. It's a July show.
It's a pandemic.
Yeah, it's a
you're
pandemic
locked in
show.
your house.
Has anyone watched Tiger King, the new one?
No.
I'd love to interview not the Tiger King people, but anyone who's actually watched the new one.
The second one,
like,
see if it tied up any loose ends.
Yeah.
And we will be doing our Succession recap on next Wednesday's episode.
Or Friday. I haven't watched. Yeah, we didn't watch, obviously.
I'm like 5 episodes behind.
No, you'll get there. The deal is almost done. All right, PFT, your hot seat.
I'm 5 episodes, but I have no interest in really. I will catch up, but I'm probably just going to wait.
Yeah, I love doing that. Binging.
Finish them all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My hot seat is Bob Baffert.
Yeah.
Because Medina Spirit, RIP, was a good horse, was a very fast horse. Now all sorts of rumors are swirling around about Bob Baffert, what the percentages of performance-enhancing drug that he may or may not have been using on Medina Spirit this time. But this is like his 10th horse that's died recently.
I think he's had a lot more than that. Like, maybe not recently, but I saw some things being said that Bob Baffert has had a lot of his horses die in the last 20 years.
Now, but it happened at the Santa Anita racetrack, right? That's where every horse dies.
Yes.
Why would you let your horse race there?
That's a good racetrack.
It's just bad luck.
Yeah, but it's
like letting your football team play in Landover.
Yeah, it's actually Soldier Field might take the cake. Did you see? It's basically a constant arms race. Which field can be worse, Landover or Soldier Field? There was a clip of the grounds crew just throwing sand onto the field on Sunday against the Cardinals.
And Heinz Field is in that conversation too.
Yes, it is.
That's the best that time of year where they just dump sometimes just kitty litter on the field and then they spray paint it green.
Yeah, it's
like
so
it's
bad.
Grass.
He just wasn't even trying to hide it too.
Yeah.
Just like throw some sand on it.
But Medina Spirit, RIP. I liked Medina Spirit.
Yeah.
Didn't we we apologized. We had Medina Spirit on the podcast.
Yes, we did.
With Randy Moss.
Yes, we did. Yes.
And so that horse got a bad rap. Hopefully in death its name can be cleared. I know it kind of wasn't in life. A lot of people held on to those false allegations that we proved to be false.
Yeah. Someone write in Medina Spirit on your MLB Hall of Fame ballot.
It's a good idea.
While also keeping off Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds and David Ortiz and
Maybe,
A-Rod.
Are you saying maybe it'll become a baseball?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
All good horses do.
That's right.
All right, your cool throne.
My cool throne is fullbacks.
Yes.
Fullbacks are the cool throne, not just for what the Patriots did last night. That was a great fullback game.
It was.
Some of those trap blocks, some of the kickouts from the fullback, outstanding. But we're announcing the finalists for the Lowman Trophy on Friday. We've assembled a bigger committee this year than we ever have in the past, led by new addition Patrick Ricard.
Nice.
From the Ravens. He is now on the committee, as Billy calls him, the Kool-Aid man. I told him that Billy respects you more than any other football player just due to your mass.
Love it.
And he's a fan of yours, Billy.
I love that regard.
I just made that last part up, but I'm sure he likes you.
Definitely likes you.
He definitely likes you. We've got the finalists ready to go. We're going to drop a video on Friday.
Yep.
Presenting to you the finalists for the Lowman Trophy for the nation's best collegiate fullback. And then at the Barstool Arizona Bowl, last week of December, we will be making the announcement. We will do the trophy ceremony. We'll do a live stream down there. It'll be great. So the Lowman Trophy, most important trophy in sports, is officially back. And the ballots, the official ballots, will be going out at the end of the week to all our voters.
I love it. I'm very excited for it, especially make sure you check out Army-Navy because that is the fullback game. Fullbacks, it's America's game, but it's also the fullbacks game.
It is.
All right, my hot seat is Horny Dudes Online.
Fuck.
Nope, you're okay. You're in the clear, PFD, on this one. Jared Goff's girlfriend, there was a video. She was doing an SI swimsuit shoot when the Lions won. And I saw Rappaport and Trey Wingo just being like...
Do you see who liked Rappaport's
Yeah.
tweet?
Oh,
No, Trey's. It was Trey Wingo's tweet.
Who did?
Guess.
Ravel?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh.
Somebody who should not be liking this tweet.
Wait. Who?
Somebody who needs to steer closer to the light and farther away from temptation.
I don't know.
You're always alone on Twitter.
What?
Dan Orlovsky.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Dan. We need to have an intervention, Dan. We need to pry your phone away from your warm, sticky fingers, Dan.
Damn, Daniel, back at it again, watching clothed women's boobs online. It was very funny, though, because it's just a great test. It's essentially like the end of a golf tournament. Like who can hold themselves back from saying boobs in football?
Yeah.
Like this is sweet.
Yeah.
It's literally just a whoa, those are tits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Comment.
Well, you could make that argument, but you could also say like maybe the people accusing Ian Rappaport of being horny online are actually the horny ones.
True.
Because maybe Ian was just like, this is a cool moment seeing Jared's girlfriend watch the Lions win a game.
Yeah. No, Trey was very horny.
Trey's horny.
He was admittedly horny.
And Dan was
even
very
hornier.
hornier.
Yes. But yeah, boobs and football. And then Cool Throne is us. Boys, we've done it again. I don't know how many years in a row, but the Big Lead has given us the award of Podcast of the Year, Sports Podcast of the Year.
On our 500th episode, no less.
Incredible. So thank you to the Big Lead for giving that to us. What? 1 second, Jerry. Yeah. Thank you to the Big Lead for giving us to
We're not going to win next year.
Yep. Thank you to the Big Lead for giving us that award. We take it very seriously.
As you could probably tell from the start of today's show.
Yeah, we appreciate it. So the Big Lead, shout out. We got Podcast of the Year award.
We don't really like to take that much time to reflect on any of these awards because for the most part they're just, like we said about the iHeart thing, just a contest to see who will go to the award ceremony.
Correct.
And they're pretty much for phonies. But for this one, I feel like we should make one exception here where we can just take this to say fuck you to all the haters and suck my dick.
Yes. It is funny to give us the Sports Podcast of the Year award when the show, the first 10 minutes of the show is debating whether wind exists.
Yeah.
That's our sports analysis.
Yeah, but nobody else is dumb enough to pull that off.
All right, Billy, your hot seat, cool throne. Nice twinsies today, boys. You guys plan this?
The merch is just so great.
It's very cute.
Barstool Sports Store.
Plenty of hoodies on sale.
But I don't think we have those anymore because those sold out.
We actually don't have those.
But twinsies.
Great merch.
You're just flexing on our listeners right now.
Sorry. Hot seat diamonds. Turns out there's a bunch of new diamonds that are fake, but no one can tell the difference between those diamonds and the new diamonds.
Okay.
They're coming out of China. De Beers is totally panicking because now diamonds have no value. So hot seat diamonds.
I love this.
You know what's also certifiable?
What?
Pressure.
NFTs.
Oh.
Because
Big Cat's tits.
now
Yep. Thank you.
NFTs are kind of more valuable than diamonds. Think about it.
Did
Good
you
point,
see?
Billy.
Did you see RG3? He was calling. I think he was calling the big. No, he wasn't calling the Big 12 championship. It was the ACC championship. His keys to the game was no pressure, no diamonds.
Yeah, I own that.
But he reversed it because he was like not talking about the pressure of the game. He was saying if you don't get pressure on the quarterback, you don't get a ring.
That's
as
great.
ACC champ.
That's why he's
it was
the
a
best.
great hezzy hay.
I've seen a lot of takes about RG3 and his performance in the booth online, and nobody thinks he's just okay.
Yeah.
Everybody either wants to shoot a bazooka up at the press box and explode him, or they just want to bring him down onto the field and put him in the Hall of Fame right now.
Yes.
For broadcasting. So
Yes.
I don't know what to think about RG3.
I think that's good.
Except RG3, please come on the podcast.
Yeah.
We'd like to have you on the show. I know we've flirted around it a little bit. Come on the podcast to discuss RG3.
Yes.
My cool throne is Tyron Woodley.
Yeah.
Tommy Fury cracked his rib. He's out of the Jake Paul fight. Tyron Woodley stepping in to get his second crack at Jake Paul. So
Oh, I like what you did there.
yeah,
Cracking a crack. Tommy Fury also just realized that he's not a good boxer.
yeah.
So
He saw that Jake Paul's record wasn't 0-40. And he was like, I don't know. This is usually I fight a hobo that they just drag in handcuffs.
Yeah, I Tommy Fury was like, wait, I struggled with Jake Paul's sparring partner, who is 5'8", and now I'm going to fight Jake Paul. Maybe I shouldn't do this.
I wonder who cracked his rib in sparring. That's a good question.
Yeah, that is a good question. Yeah, he probably got beat up by his sparring partner, and he's like, I can't fight.
He probably just got into a fight at a bar and got his ass kicked.
Yeah. Jake, your hot seat, cool throne.
My hot seat is pasta. A truck carrying $20,000 worth of gnocchi was stolen in Australia.
What?
I didn't even know they can carry that much money's worth of pasta in a
Wait,
truck.
how much?
$20K.
That's not a lot.
That's like the Lufthansa heist, basically.
Yeah, but that's not a lot of pasta, you think?
It seems like a lot.
20,000.
Gnocchi's pretty on the higher end of pasta.
That's fair.
Is it fresh or frozen? Makes a
I don't know.
difference.
Fresh. It's freshly made.
Fresh pasta.
Was it?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
good shit.
It's not
That's
that
the
much
good
pasta
shit.
then if it's fresh.
Yeah,
Fair.
that's good shit.
My cool throne are memes growing up. We saw this viral kid from the Popeyes. I think it was Popeyes. He was holding the cup, looking freaked out. Now he's a high school state champ. Hank is.
He's
He doesn't believe him.
Hank's woke on the internet.
Yeah, he doesn't believe that it's him.
That was hurtful.
I never said that.
That was hurtful what you did about the memes growing up part. Because,
What?
I mean, PFT and I were like 28 when that meme dropped, but I appreciate that.
Okay.
Yeah. You're speaking to the younger audience.
We
Fair.
at one time existed in a world that had zero memes.
Wow.
We were pre-memes.
Blows your mind. But yeah, that was crazy. That was
Wild? It was
it
pretty
was
wild.
it was
Pretty
pretty
wild.
wild. It was pretty wild.
Are we sure
Because he's young in the meme.
And he's old.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah.
Are you
Are we trying to verify his identity?
No,
He is
Hank just
I never said
sees,
this.
Hank sees any like cool story online,
Nope.
he's like fake.
I never said that.
It's good to be skeptical.
He's been replying to a bunch of the places that have been posting him saying, yeah, no, it's actually me. It's actually, speaking of high school football, the game this guy won
No, we weren't.
was actually, well, he won the high school
We're
football.
talking about
But this
memes.
game, this East Orange, New York, New Jersey State championship game was insane. They were in overtime, and the quarterback did a QB sneak, fumbled, and they returned it 99 yards, like 100 yards for the state championship.
Speaking of crazy.
Speaking of
high school football, shout out to Situate, Mass. High school state champions.
That was an awesome segue.
Like
But
D5.
it's-
No, high school
that is an
football.
insane, like, 99-yard scoop and score is crazy.
in overtime to win the game. It was insane.
Speaking of high school football, Herndon actually didn't play against TC Williams in the second game like they had in Remember the Titans. I think it was the first game, so it's like they didn't have any film, so it makes them look really bad. Hollywood fucked that one up.
Oh,
For the
wow.
record.
Fuck Hollywood.
Bunch of
Fuck 'em.
phonies.
All right, let's get to Kurt Warner. Good hot seat, cool throne from everyone. We got a quick word from our sponsor, though, before we get to Kurt Warner.
Yeah, before we get to Kurt Warner, I want to talk to you about our great, great friends over at Movement. It's almost the holidays. Holy shit, guys. This is, you know what? Public service. If you still haven't done your holiday shopping, I'm going to give you a warning right now because it's basically this week or you enter into last minute panic and you're going to run out of time. This is the week that you have to take care of all of your holiday shopping. I'm doing you a favor by reminding you about this. Stop what you're doing. Take care of your loved ones. It only takes a second and it'll mean a lot to them. They'll know that you were thinking about them. You'll be a good son, a good daughter, a good husband, good wife. Whatever the case may be, take care of it now. Don't wait. Movement is the original watch brand that broke all the rules. They were started by 2 college dropouts who didn't want to overpay for a nice watch, and they have you covered. They're bringing you the sleekest, most quality gifts of the season with hundreds of watches, blue light glasses, sunnies, fine jewelry. You can choose from any of this. You can stuff your stockings, impress your family, wow your partners, or you can treat yourself with the perfect gift from Movement. And Movement is making it very easy. They have beautiful curated gift boxes. They have his and hers gift guides, and they have free and quick shipping right to your door just in time for the holidays. I gave my entire family Movement watches about 3 years ago. They loved them. They come in these nice packages, very easy to wrap or drop into a bag. They'll make them feel special. They'll let them know that you were thinking about them. They're perfect gifts. I'm telling you right now, you will not go wrong with a Movement watch. They're designed in-house. They're super sleek. They're clean. They're not going to break your bank because they start at just $95. They have clean, minimal designs and quality products. Movement has sold almost 2 million watches in over 160 countries. Be the big winner this holiday season with a gift from Movement. Go to mvmt.com/pardon. That's mvmt.com/pardon and join the movement. Now here's Kurt Warner.
Okay, we now welcome on a recurring guest. We've had him on before. Great time. It is Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champ, Kurt Warner. He has his new movie out. It is out on Christmas Day. Christmas Day. It is the Kurt Warner biopic. I always screw it up in whether it's biopic. Do people call it biopic?
I do that because it looks like myopic.
Yeah. So it's a biopic. It is called American Underdog. It is the Kurt Warner story. Go check it out. I want to talk about the movie, but we got to start with the bone to pick.
All right, let's go.
So let's get right into it. All right. So we were at the game last night. You were at the game. You're calling it with Kevin Harlan, who we love. Who
He's awesome.
I've caught a couple of Monday night broadcasts in my car. You guys do a great job. But before the game, you tweeted out, yeah, it's football weather, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. No one enjoys playing in this, and no one can play their best football in conditions like this. But what do I know? I'm a dome guy. I'll be here for all the windy action with Kevin Harlan. We had this debate on the show because we think that nights like last night are memorable in how weird and different and cool they are. And that game was so bizarre, and Bill Belichick, what he did was so different and unique that we will always remember that. Why would you want to get rid of that?
Well, it's memorable for who?
For the fans.
We were at
for the
game.
fans, right?
Yeah.
For the fans. And again, I love the fans, and part of what we do is for the fans. But why I would want to get rid of it is because when I have the Patriots against the Bills, and this is for number one in the division, this is for seeding in the playoffs, I want to see the best version of the Bills against the best version of the Patriots, and I want the best team to win, not the best team in those conditions. And I get it. It's what everybody says. It's football weather. This is what it is. But here's the problem that I have, and it doesn't necessarily apply to these two teams, but being a guy that played in a dome, being a guy that played in Arizona, I have no way to get ready for those conditions. And so you can say all you want about home field advantage, and that's why you play. Well, no, because the Patriots can come to Arizona, and there's no difference other than we have our fans, obviously, but they can play in my weather. I can't play in their weather because I can't get used to it. There's nothing you can do to get used to cold weather in a situation. So to me, I'm just like, I want the best. I want to be able to be my best. I want to play against their best, and I want the best to advance. And so for me, last night, I mean, I played in that weather before. I grew up in Iowa, so I played in all that stuff. You know, and it's just like Bass kicking that ball. I'm sure when he kicked it, he's like, oh, that's money. That's right down the middle. No, shoot. All of a sudden, the wind takes it and it goes to the left, and you say to yourself, what was he supposed to do there? I mean, it's easy to say, well, aim a little bit further because you know the wind's going to pick. And I don't want that stuff to dictate who wins these games and who ultimately, creates history and wins championships. I don't want that to be the case. And it might be memorable to you guys. Mm-hmm. It's not memorable to me. If I'm Mac Jones, yes, I won the game, but I got to throw 3 passes. If they lost that game and Mac Jones got to throw 3 passes, what's he saying today? Like, that sucked. Mm-hmm. I didn't even get a chance to do anything in this game to dictate the outcome of this game because the weather was so awful. So that's my take because I just, especially like you get to the playoffs, I just want to see the best team advance in the playoffs. And to me, the best team is the team that has the opportunity to play their best football.
Okay, so counterpoint.
Okay.
sports are supposed to be random. Sports are supposed to be fun. Sports are supposed to have things that teams have to overcome at different times to climb that mountain. I think weather adds that element where it's like we were talking about it, like baseball, all the fields aren't even the same. You know what I mean? There's some quirks to the game where you have to change how you're going to adapt. So the best team can adapt to every situation at the end of the day.
But that's what I'm saying is like.
But you played on turf. A team going from cold weather to the turf. You know, your team's built on speed because you get to play always on the turf. So they might not be as adaptable.
They might not be built for speed, but they can still play in that environment, and it's an easy transition.
What game?
If I take a cold weather team and I put them indoors, I mean, what do they have to get used to? Like,
maybe they put on a little weight because it's cold. What game hurt you? What game? I know there's a specific game that brought about this take. What was it?
I mean, the game was against New England. When we were an Arizona team,
okay.
And we came out here to play New England, and it was snowing, and it was a wet snow. And so, like, after the game, you know, you hear about New England, and they're like, oh, yeah, we put Vaseline on the bottom of our cleats. We're like, what? What does that mean?
That doesn't sound like the Patriots.
You put Vaseline. No, I don't think it's illegal, but it melts the snow. And so all of us have this packed wet snow on our cleats, and we're slipping all over the place. And they're like, hey, we put Vaseline on the bottom of our shoes. And so my point being is that there is a mental component to playing the game. And there is something to what you're saying is that, oh, yeah, you know, we both got to show up in that game and we've got to play football. And I get that because I grew up playing in all kinds of conditions. But the bottom line is, how do I do that when I play in Arizona? How do I get acclimated for that junk when I'm in Arizona and I get to fly out on a Saturday and I got to play on a Sunday? There's just no way for me to do that.
But the variety is what makes it beautiful, though.
Yeah.
Like, I like the variety.
If you say so.
Yeah. What's your favorite meal?
Pizza.
Would you want to eat pizza for every single meal?
Over anything else, yeah.
No, but I mean,
every
that's the
single
only
meal
meal that you can
life.
have.
Would I want to? No, not if I have choices.
Yeah, so it's like variety is the spice of life. That's what makes sports interesting.
Okay. Would I rather play in a dome in every game that I play than anywhere else?
Yeah, we're not saying dome football is
take
bad
every
football.
Game.
I like
every game.
By the way, just some context here because I just went and looked it up. The Patriots won 47-7.
47.
Kurt Warner was 6 for 18 for 30 yards.
That sounds like a pretty good beer special. Though.
I understand where the genesis of this take is.
What?
It makes sense.
The genesis of the take, and so you hear
all makes sense.
You hear all kinds of stories, but so we get off the bus, and I heard stories from our coaches up in the box that as they went up to the box, and we went out onto the field, that all of a sudden there was like an eruption, a cheer from the Patriots, like coaching staff or box or whatever's up there. And come to find out later that all they did was look down at us, and our whole team was over by the heater, you know, before the game as we're getting warmed up, and they're cheering like, we got this thing. These guys have no chance. But it's such a real thing, is that the mental component to going from a warm weather place to a cold weather place and having to deal with the cold weather, having to deal with the elements and not knowing how to do that is a real thing. And again, I get it. If you're a Buffalo or a New England, you're saying, yeah, we want that because you get to practice in it every day. You get to work on those things every day. I can't help it that I got drafted or signed by Arizona. So I have no chance in that setting. And so, you know, you look at the NFC and you got the Packers. Packers are probably just we need home field advantage. We get home field advantage. All these teams are going to be messed up when they come here. I can go to the Dome in Arizona. I can go to Tampa, and we can play. So we don't deal with as much of a disadvantage as they do having to come to our place because we're accustomed to it.
Isn't it kind of beautiful, though, in professional sports that
you
certain
keep using
teams,
this word beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Like, did you see the picture I sent last night?
I was there.
It was awesome. We were there.
I
It
was
was
at
awesome.
the game.
That was
I was at the game. It was gorgeous.
We were also in a suite.
It was gorgeous.
That right now.
I was wearing a T-shirt.
It was actually
inside.
so hot in the suite we had to open up the windows.
Yeah,
no joke.
exactly.
But isn't there's something great though about in professional sports that certain teams take on the identity of the city in which they're located. Different parts of the United States have different things that make them unique and make them different and make them interesting. And so in Buffalo, I love seeing the people that are wearing like the parkas or the one guy that's like shirtless out there, you know, wearing the Zubaz pants. I love seeing in Green Bay when they've got half the stadium wearing hunting camouflage with the dots of orange that you see everywhere. Yeah. I like that stuff. I like when you go down to Miami everybody is, they look like they're in Miami, Florida, So I like the variety that it gives you. I think it's a good thing for professional sports. I can understand from your perspective as a quarterback, you're probably actually the last person that, you know what, I've actually changed my mind talking to you. I think that for you have the exact correct take. As a quarterback that loves to throw the ball, I can understand why you would not like that sort of weather, but... As fans,
and again, 47
Well,
6 for 18
but
for 30 yards.
That goes a long way in my experience.
You want to lay down on the couch? We can really dig into this experience.
I think the bottom line is, have you ever thrown a ball that slips out of your hands?
Yeah.
Just slips. Mm-hmm. And you say to yourself, what? There's nothing I could do about that. Like, it slipped out of my hands, right? If you've ever kicked a field goal and you go, that's going right down the middle and the wind blows it to the right. Or you throw a pass and you're like, oh, that's money. And all of a sudden the wind takes it and you miss. You have situations like that and you go, what am I supposed to do there? I threw it, I kicked it, right? I did exactly what I've been doing my whole life, and it didn't work out for me. So now I'm going home and you're advancing in the playoffs because the ball slipped out of my hands. That's the kind of stuff to me that I don't ever want that to dictate a game, because you can say what you want. There was nothing I could do about a ball slipping out of my hands. I mean, we've all seen it. Baker a couple weeks ago, ball slips out of his hands. I've seen Eli do it a million times. Kyler Murray did it last week in Chicago, goes to throw it, ball slips out of their hands. I just don't want that to dictate whether I advance in the playoffs or not. And other people, I got buddies that are like, that's football weather, or that's how it should be. I'd rather not.
I think it's partially, too, that football has advanced to a point where it's obviously a passing league. So there's something that's fun about a team that can impose their will and run the football down another team's throat. And, like, those teams, in a weird way, have become the fun outliers. Like, when San Francisco's rolling, it's fun to watch them play because it's different than the rest of the league.
And I don't have a problem with that. I mean, you're right. I enjoy that. I don't. It's not that I don't enjoy good defensive football, or I don't enjoy a team that can run the football, because I still believe games are won in the trenches. As much as I like to throw it and as much as we like to see these high-flying numbers, I appreciate good football no matter what it looks like. My whole take is just, I don't want the weather to dictate a play or something that ends up dictating history, because you can't control it. I'm with you. You can look at the punt last night with N'Keal Harry, and I can easily say to myself, just get away from the football. Like, that was a mistake that you made. I'm not blaming the wind for you trying to even catch that thing when the wind's going nuts. But a ball slipping out of your hands, or the kick that just gets blown, because you watch the kick, it was going through. I mean, if there's no wind or a little less wind, that ball's going through. And then all of a sudden it takes a right turn.
That was awesome.
And you're saying it's awesome. And that kicker's going in going, Coach, I just lost the game for us. I get it.
They should have kicked.
But I don't know. I don't know what I should have done.
He was missing that kick situation. The exact same way in pre-games, in the warm-ups. So
actually, he was making more than Folk was making on that end. But anyways,
I saw a really nasty one that really hit the wind. You can aim a little bit further, because you're right. He hit it right down the middle, and it blew out to the side. It sucks because, like, you are trained as a kicker. The middle never changes.
Right.
That's what Morton Anderson taught me.
Yep.
Middle never changes. Aim for the middle always. You don't want to ever aim for a post, because that throws you all off. You're not used to it.
Yep.
But I think the difference between us and you, and we can leave it at this, we can agree to disagree, is that you like good football. We like weird football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't,
good football.
And I don't
but the
mind,
weirder the better sometimes.
And I actually don't mind weird football. Just when it really matters, to me, is what I worry about more than anything. Like, I can live with last night in the regular season. I don't want to see that in the playoffs. I mean, and again, last year, Bills, Ravens in the playoffs, I believe the weather dictated that game. I still think the Bills were the better team, should have won the game, but I just want to make sure that come playoff time, and who's going to the Super Bowl and who's advancing and who's writing history is not done because of some fluke thing that happened with weather or wind or rain. I just want it to be the best team.
Okay, so you obviously watch the whole league. You call the games on Monday night. You're watching all the quarterbacks. Can you give us a quarterback that you have been surprised by this year, and then a quarterback that maybe you're a little disappointed in? That's something we don't see because we're idiots and we just watch the ball.
Quarterback that I'm surprised by. I mean,
or who's playing like, hey, this guy's playing way better than people realize.
Yeah. I mean, the first guy that jumps to mind is just Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Just because of him being a rookie and just what they're doing now. And again, I understand, last night he threw 3 passes, so I know he gets credit for, 7 straight wins. But he's playing really good in this run. And, and if I compare him, I'm just not just saying, he's a rookie and he's playing really good. He's playing really good football.
Yeah.
And I always look at the quarterback position, some people look at it athletically. Some people look at how many plays you make. I look at it mentally. And I say, does he know what he's looking at? Does he know how to make different throws? Does he get his eyes in the right place at the right time? And he's doing that as well as just about anybody in the league. And that impresses me. And he's also a young guy. And he's also got his team as the number 1 seed after starting 2-4. I mean, there's so many different things. So that's the guy that probably jumps out more than anybody, when I'm kind of thinking about the league. Who else? Like Kyler. Kyler's playing great.
Yeah, he is.
But you kind of saw this coming. It was every year has been a little bit better. So he's a guy that I would say, he's playing really, really well. But, it's not a big surprise to me. And so I'm probably going to say Mac when I think about the playoff teams and who, I would have said if you give me all those teams.
Yeah.
Who would you say is probably at the bottom? I would have probably said Mac Jones, and I don't think he's at the bottom. He's playing really well. From the other side of things, man, I think you could pull a lot of guys out.
There are, yeah.
I mean, Baker, I was hoping he was going to take that step, and he's still wildly inconsistent. Kirk Cousins, another guy. You're just like, come on, man. Like, at some point, we've got to turn this corner, and we've got to get there and take that next step. Jimmy Garoppolo, another guy that it's just like, I so much want these guys to turn that corner and become that guy, and then every year it's kind of the same thing with those guys, and it gets to the point where you're like, okay, that's got to be what
who
they are
yeah.
more than I can keep hoping for them to change. So those are a few guys on teams that I thought were going to make that push, and I know everybody's still alive, but I don't have a lot of hope for those teams because their quarterbacks are so up and down.
Well, you got to grade Kirk Cousins on a curve too, because I think if he was getting paid $10-15 million a year, he's playing pretty well for that contract, right? But because he takes up so much of their salary cap, limits what else you can do with all that money, then you're like, well, I'd like him to be able to make some throws that aren't perfectly there for him. Yeah. I'd like him to be able to take some chances and win some games for us. Yep. And Kirk he's never going to be that guy, I don't think. I think the body of work that we have on him, and we get a lot of crap from Vikings fans, but we've been very right on Kirk Cousins. Yeah. I watched him as a Washington football team fan for years, and this is what you see is what you get with Kirk. It's not going to change.
And you make a great point because Washington saw it. Right? I mean, they paid him a lot of money, and they gave him the franchise tag a couple times. But ultimately, they said, we think we know what Kirk Cousins is. And that's not a bad quarter. I mean, no. I watch Kirk play, and I say to myself, and what frustrates me so much is that he makes throws that there's only a handful of guys in this league that can make. And he'll make them consistently. So he's talented. But then he can never just flip that switch and get his team over the top. And I think Washington just said, hey, we're not in for the playoffs. We're in for wanting to win championships. And that means we might have to go another decade without finding that guy. Yeah, but Kirk's not that guy.
Right.
And so we're going to go a different direction. And that's the question. I've been talking to a whole bunch of people about Baker.
Yeah.
That's going to be the question on Baker is that he may not be that guy. I mean, and let's be honest, right? How many guys are there like that? How many guys that you can build around with their right arm? There's 5. There's 6, maybe.
Well,
left arm,
Tua.
Left arm, right. My bad.
Part of Tuna.
He's been crimson-pilled.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? There's only a handful of those guys. So then your next decision is, are we okay with a playoff guy? Are we okay with a guy that's better than what we've had, but we're going to settle for a team that probably won't ever win a championship while they're with us, and unless they change or unless the team is perfect around them. And again, it's not a bad problem to have because these guys are good. They're one of 32, talking about the best quarterbacks in the world, but they're not Aaron Rodgers and they're not Patrick Mahomes and they're not Kyler Murray or Russell Wilson. They're not those guys. And so it's a tough place to be, but most teams are there.
Yeah, so my simplistic view of the NFL is always, I'd actually argue there's less than 6 guys because the way I always view it is I'll actually say 3 guys right now, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, that can elevate a team and make up for a team's deficiencies, and then everyone else, to varying degrees, needs their team, like, things to be
some
right.
sort
like,
of help.
Kirk Cousins is a guy I always would say is like, everything's got to be perfect around him. The offensive line's got to be good. They got to be able to run the ball. Like you see with Jimmy G, when the running game doesn't work, the passing game falls off. So it's like that next group of guys that if everything else on the roster is good, you could get to a Super Bowl. But it's got to be great. And so the big question is, like, can you find that guy and then pay him less? And I don't know if that's the answer. I don't know if that's like, if anyone has been able to figure it out, like, we have a guy who is good, not great, and we can go to him and be like, you're good, not great.
Right.
You get $20 million, not 40, and we'll get you a good defense and offensive line.
It's exactly what I've been talking about all week.
Yeah.
We can't slot guys anymore.
Right.
You know, it's not good enough that I say, hey, Baker, you're 11th in the league. You're 11th best quarterback in the world, in our opinion. So that means we're going to pay you $22 million a year.
Right.
And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm better than 20 other guys, so let me go into the free agency, and I'll get $40 million a year because I'm the next guy up.
Right.
And you're right. It's kind of messed up our league, I think, because it affects the ability to, now I was talking to some different reporters, and I was saying, let's say a championship team has to get to the number 20. Right? So now you've got to figure out that 20. And if your quarterback's a 7, and you got to get 13 more somehow with your team, can you pay him $40 million a year because he's a 7? If he's a 13, I can pay him $40 million because now I only need to get 7 more points. Whatever that, however you play that out. But that becomes the whole dilemma, is that these teams get handcuffed paying a quarterback that's probably not that guy to carry them, and then they're stuck never becoming a championship team because they can't find that ratio.
Yeah.
One college quarterback that we had on the show a couple weeks ago takes after your own heart, Kenny Pickett. So he's a 2-glove guy.
I like it.
Yes. Have you had a chance to talk to him?
I have not.
Because he listens to this show. So
does he? Yeah, I actually reached out to his coach because I have a little relationship there and passed my number on. So Kenny, if you're listening,
anyone who's not
I'm available. Coach has my number, so he can reach out anytime.
Do you have any advice for him? Just like, have you seen him play?
Only a little bit. That's the one thing, is I'm so NFL driven that I don't watch a lot of college football and college quarterbacks until we get ready for the draft, and I get a chance to really break them down. I got a son that plays in college, so if I'm watching college football, I'm watching him. But the NFL takes up most of my time, so I can't sit here and say, I'll watch the SEC championship game, so see Bryce. It's
incredible.
Yeah, I mean, great. And so you get a chance to peek at a little of that, but not break it down to the point where I really know how good these guys can be.
Mm-hmm. So another big storyline from this season, I'd love to hear your take on it from the quarterback perspective. You called one of their games a couple of weeks ago, the LA Rams. Everyone's talking about it because going into the season, it was like they're going all in. Stafford, McVay, watch them together. Is this a Stafford problem? He is what he is? Or the conversation that's been had, and I've seen it recently, is that McVay kind of gets figured out as the season goes along and his teams fade a little bit because he doesn't really change his play calling, or he doesn't do the things that have made him good at times?
Well, first of all, they're not playing this year the way they've played in the past. And so that's kind of the first thing. We did something on our show on Game Day Morning the other day, just off of the Denny Green rant. Are they who you thought they were, kind of thing with the Rams? And when they went and got Matthew Stafford, kind of my mindset was, oh, man, keep running the football, keep doing the play action, because that's what makes Sean McVay so good, is that system and the guys they have and the deception that they run with. And then you add Matthew Stafford to that mix in that system because he's better than Jared Goff. And if you have to get into a drop-back game, he's better than Jared Goff in that form. So now you've got this huge upgrade. Instead, I've seen the Rams go, oh, we got Matthew Stafford. We don't need to do what we did in previous years that got us to a Super Bowl. Let's spread it out and let Matthew Stafford lead us that way. Then I think you're going, oh, is it a Matthew Stafford? Is it
right?
And again, Matthew Stafford is a really, really good quarterback that's done a lot of really good things. As I think about it, you go, but he's been on a team where he's asked to do everything. His mentality has been, Matthew, you got to make every throw for us. You got to make every throw. So if you have that mentality for 10 years, and even if they put you on another good team, how hard is it to break that mentality?
Yeah.
Point. you go in and you go, oh, well, I made that throw and I've been asked to make that throw and I know I can make that throw. So how do you talk yourself out of that when you've been doing it for a decade? And so what I see with Matthew Stafford is he does a lot of really good things. But there's times where he tries to do too much. And when he tries to do too much, it's worked against them. And they're asking him to do too much. They're not playing the system that they played in the past where the quarterback has benefited from the system. They're not doing as much of that. And so they're asking Matthew Stafford to do more. And then you can point at their defense too. I mean, like, did you guys think their defense would be playing like this when they got all these Pro Bowl players on? You know, you expected their defense to be better also.
Yes.
But that's what I see on offense is that I think it's a little bit of Matthew Stafford is that he's going to have to figure out in key moments, can he make the right plays and not the wrong plays? He hasn't done that enough in his career. And do they decide to continue to play this way, or do they get back to what made Sean McVay so good, and that was scheming things open as opposed to just being better than other teams?
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about your movie because we got to make sure to get some information on that. I'm actually very interested to know how it was made and the whole, behind the scenes stuff and how this came to be. It's coming out Christmas Day, right? American Underdog.
Christmas Day.
Sometime that's actually a good day for a movie like this to come out because I remember one time I went with my family on Christmas Day to go see Wolf of Wall Street, and that's not a good movie to go see with your family in the theaters. This is a perfect movie to go see with your family, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great movie from that standpoint. Is that it's going to reach a lot of different people, football fans, non-football fans, and obviously something that will have all the elements that you can take your family and you're not going to worry about some of those elements that Wolf of Wall Street.
Great movie, though.
Yes.
So American Underdog, go check it out. So did they approach you or did you march into Hollywood and you're like, I've got a script I wouldn't believe? Because I was told when you were playing, Kurt, I was told by numerous announcers that Hollywood would kick you out of town if you brought your story.
They'd kick me out. Why? Because it was
so
unbelievable. They wouldn't believe it.
No, they obviously came to me. We had a number of people once I retired. So a lot of people when I was playing, oh gosh, your story's made for the big screen. Okay. You hear that and you're like, oh, that's nice. And obviously I understand why. But once I retired, there was a number of companies that just reached out and said, hey, we'd love to talk to you and sell you on why we'd like to make this movie and how we would like to make this movie. So we had those meetings really right after I retired, so about a decade ago. And so we've been working through it since that time. We've had a number of different writers, some different production houses that have had the rights to it, and then it just didn't come together because my wife and I always felt like if we're going to make the movie, let's make the right movie. Let's not just make a movie, and especially a movie because most people in sports know the story.
Yeah.
So I don't want to just make a movie that just chronicles the story again. You got to have more depth to it. And so, so we've worked through it. And finally, about 3 years ago, we got the right group together that really kind of saw the vision for what this story could be and how sports could be the backdrop. And obviously that message is going to be in there, but that it's bigger than that. And it's about how we become who we become and how those people around us that support us and those kind of things help us to become what we ultimately become and what I ultimately accomplish.
And did you get final cut on it?
When you say final, like
you're like, hey, I actually wasn't that bad in cold weather.
I don't get final. I was really that bad. I would have changed it.
If they want to include
18,
that game,
30 yards,
would you have told them please take that game out?
I would have probably told them to take it out. But ultimately, when you say final, they might have said, we're going to keep that in, and it stayed in.
You can't tell the story of Kurt Warner without including that game.
Well, we can't. We can't because we're going to stop the story before that. So we're going to stop it before that so we don't have to tell that story. But yeah, I mean, we had say in it. It was a collaborative effort. But at the end of the day, we stepped back and said, okay, what's the movie? And so scenes that we really liked, things that were in there, characters that we really liked. For instance, my dad is not even really in the movie, and I've got a great relationship with my dad, but he doesn't even really make the movie because it doesn't fit. Some of his scenes were cut out, and talk about a weird conversation to have. Like, Dad, I love you. You're awesome. But you're not in the movie of my life that's going to live forever. And so those things are hard because you want to go to battle and fight for certain things that are important to you. But ultimately, you've got to step back and go, okay, but what's the movie we're making? What are we trying to tell here? And I've got to trust people that they're making the right movie even if it doesn't have all the elements, even if it's just a snapshot of the entire picture and not everything. So it's not easy, and it's been a hard process for us, but we've had to trust people with that, and hopefully we've got a movie that really connects with people.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, people go check it out. All right, last question. I know you got to go. This has been fantastic. It's the Rowback question. Go to rowback.com. Use code PFT for 20% off your first purchase. RHOBACK.com. Use code PFT. 20% off your first purchase. I know it's silly to do, but I love doing it just because I want to know if you have a different take than everyone else. But your Super Bowl and give us the champion as of right now. It's very stupid. No one holds anyone to it.
I know.
But
and
I just like hearing other people say it.
We'll put it on the wall in blood.
You can do one right now. Like, you don't have to do your preseason one.
Yeah, I know. You were talking about the movie. We're talking about stories. What I love about the NFL is that it always creates unbelievable stories for us every year. Things that we go, you can't make that up. So as much as I would love to see Arizona, because I do believe they could be one of the most complete teams, and I would love to see them take that trip. With what I've seen right now, and because I think it would be a great story, let me go with Tampa Bay and New England. And I just think it would be an unbelievable way to finish the season. And Tom got his last year, and Bill has his chance with a young quarterback. And I think it's possible.
It'd be the most watched Super Bowl of all time.
Yeah, and with the way both teams are playing, I think it's definitely possible. So it's not just a pipe dream like, that would be a great story. I think it's got a possibility of happening. Does Mac Jones have enough at the playoff time to get over the good teams 2 or 3 times? I'm not sure. But that, to me, I think would be a classic way to end this year.
And it's funny because we've got a lot of Patriots fans around this office, and they're not lacking in confidence right now. But the second you suggest to them that they would have to play Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, they turtle up.
Yes.
They get
really?
scared.
Scares
They get soft and
scared. It's a
scared.
scary proposition.
Yeah.
They know as well as anybody.
Yes.
In big moments, I don't want to go against that guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Kurt, thank you so much for stopping by. Always love having you on. So anytime you want to come back, we appreciate it. Go check it out. American Underdog, Christmas Day, a story that is good for everyone.
There you go. Appreciate you guys.
Kurt Warner is brought to you by our great friends over at Truebill. Don't fall for subscription scams. Start canceling today at Truebill.com/take. It's Truebill.com/take. You know why you get free trials? You know why they renew without your consent? It's a business scam out to get you. Don't let greedy corporations pocket your money. Download Truebill to take control of your subscriptions. I'm actually going to download it right now. I'm going to download Truebill on my phone. We're going to see how many subscriptions I have that I don't use, how much money I can save. I'll let you on the next episode. My guess is that I'm probably around the $1,000 a year range that I can probably save just by using Truebill. Because companies make subscriptions hard to cancel, Truebill makes it incredibly simple. Just link your accounts and Truebill is going to cancel your unwanted subscriptions in one tap. And your Truebill concierge is there when you need them to cancel unwanted subscriptions so you don't have to. Don't fall for the subscription scam. Start canceling today at Truebill.com/take. It could save you thousands a year. I'm going to let you know on Friday how much it saved me. Truebill.com/take. Truebill.com/take. Jake, set a reminder for Friday's show to remind people how much money I save, because I'm actually going to do this.
Okay, we're going to wrap up the show with the return of Jersey Jerry, Bring Your Lunch Pail, Blue Collar Talk, and more importantly, Rough and Rowdy. Rough and Rowdy, Friday night, Charleston, West Virginia, by RNR.com, Jersey Jerry versus Jeff Nadeau. Also got a great fight card. My guy Shizat the Rizat's fighting. I think we have a rematch of Cherry Bomb versus, I can't remember the other female's name, but it was the best fight. What is it? Cherry Bomb versus Jake.
I think it's Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels, yes, there it is. I mean, that's a great matchup right there. But Jersey, Jerry, how we feeling?
Feel good.
You ready?
I feel strong. I feel like my cardio from COVID is getting back. My lungs are getting back. I trust my speed, power, accuracy. I feel good, man. I feel really good.
A lot of people were saying that there's actually some bad blood between you and Jeff Nadeau, and I didn't know how much of that was real and how much of that you're trying to sell a fight. But I've heard that you guys actually don't like each other.
Yeah. So when I called him out, I didn't, like I said, I was talking to Dave today. When I called him out, I really didn't even know who he was. I thought he was the Gabagool kid. Hey, yo, you remember that guy with the burger?
Yeah.
That's who I thought he was.
Wait, you talking about like the 10-year-old kid?
No, like, do you ever see that kid, like...
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
In the burgundy jumpsuit?
Yeah.
That kid. I thought that was Jeff. So I didn't know who he was. I didn't have bad blood up until probably like a month and a half ago.
COVID. Yeah, when you got COVID.
Yeah.
Is that blood though? That's more bad.
I think it's
bad
still
lungs.
in your blood. Yeah.
I think it's a pulmonary thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, either way.
But yeah, like I actually started to hate him probably about a month and a half, 2 months ago.
So it's real.
Oh, no, for sure. Like, listen, I don't care that he called me a drug addict, junkie, or whatever. That pissed me off, and that just added fuel to the fire for the hate I already had for him. I just started hating him when, like, people would really show me what kind of person he was with the stuff that he's done and the stuff that he said. That's when I started to actually hate him.
So what's your plan on Friday night? What are you going to do to him?
Game plan is to come out and put the pressure on right away and back him up and have him on the defense the whole fight and run around the ring and cut off the corners and put him in a corner and just body work. And once he drops those hands, it's lights out.
I want to say for the record, I'm in the Jersey Jerry Army.
Thank you.
I think it's disgusting what Jeff Nadeau has done when he's saying all this shit about you being a junkie, using that to try to put you down. If anything, you have a great redemption story.
Oh, yeah.
And you're somebody that has taken your life into your own hands.
For sure.
Made something out of yourselves. That you should be a person that we celebrate.
Yeah.
That type of stuff. He should not try to be using the junkie tag on you as a shameful thing.
Yeah.
That should be that's the start of the Jersey Jerry life story.
Yeah, that's how this all started, after I got sober, then that's when I started doing the funny videos and doing the podcast.
Getting canceled by Kendrick Perkins.
Getting canceled by Perkins, canceled by Bachelor Nation. Yeah, that's pretty much how
Can you quickly tell the canceled by Kendrick Perkins? Because Jerry also has a very different definition of canceled. But he was like, one of the first things he said to me is like, Kendrick Perkins tried to cancel me.
No, it's a fact.
What happened?
So this is what happened. So Kendrick Perkins was on like Get Up or something like that. And he was just talking about, this was about, I don't know, maybe closer getting to the football season, but not the football season yet.
It's called August.
August, correct. Okay. Preseason, whatever.
Okay. Saying
on that show, Ben's washed up, he's done, he shouldn't even play this year, whatever. I went at him on Instagram.
You don't say that. No, it was a couple years ago.
Yeah, it's like, you don't say that. Whatever. You're who are you to talk about football when you are average at best NBA basketball player? I'm not a fan of Kendrick Perkins. I know some people are, but I'm not. So he goes after Big Ben. Pretty much, if you go after Big Ben, then you're pretty much coming after Jersey Jerry. So that's when I addressed him on Instagram, and then I had a fan the next day message me when I'm at work, and he said, hey, Kendrick is at this sports card place in New Jersey. How far are you away from it? I looked it up, 30 minutes. So I told my foreman, I'm like, dude, I have to go. I have to go.
Mm-hmm.
I have no choice. Like, boo, dude, go do your thing. So I left work. I rushed down to the sports card store. He's on Instagram Live with the sports card place. I storm in the door. And you can curse here?
Yeah.
I'm like, you motherfucking piece of shit, bubblegum sports reporter. You don't know shit about fucking football. And the owner knows me from the sports card place because I've bought in cards there before. And we talked on Instagram and stuff. So he's like, Jerry, stop. We're on the live. I said, I don't give a fuck about the live. Fuck this motherfucker. And then that's when two of whatever, the sports card place, they had security there for him, Perkins. They like grabbed me and like, hey, you can't be in here, whatever, get out, whatever. I went back home and started going at him on Instagram again.
Addressing him.
I get blocked. Not only do I get blocked by Perkins, I got shadow banned. I used to do card raffles, which I got caught up with Venmo, that I had to pay a pretty big fine for. I was doing raffles on my Instagram for my sports cards. Venmo canceled me.
And they canceled you.
Yeah, I had to pay money.
Yeah, Cash App. You should use Cash App.
Yeah, well,
Cash
I didn't
App
know this
wouldn't
at the
cancel
time.
you.
People would send me money for the raffles on Venmo, and they would type in you could type something in.
Yeah.
They would say raffle.
Right.
So
You got canceled.
Venmo caught on. Long story short, I used to have in my Instagram lives between 400 and 600 people when I would go Instagram Live for these card raffles. After he blocked me, I got shadow banned, and I noticed when I would go Instagram Live, I would have 12, 13 people in the live.
Whoa.
And people were saying, like, messaging me like, dude, it's not even giving me the notification you're going live anymore.
Shit.
So Instagram had a lot to do with this. Kendrick Perkins had the most to do with this.
He canceled you.
Yeah. You know what? I haven't went Instagram Live since.
Wow, you should try it.
Yeah,
he
see how many
canceled
get
you
now.
though.
Do
Kendrick
you
Perkins.
think I would get
Zuck.
views now if I went Instagram
Yes.
Live?
Yeah.
Do you think that shadow ban is over?
Yeah,
Do you
probably.
want to go live right now?
I just want to see.
Yeah, let's go live right now during Bring
see.
Your Lunch Pail. While you're going live, maybe Billy, because Billy did fight. Billy, do you have any advice for Jersey Jerry about how to get into war mode?
It's all about just Actually, war mode was weird.
Sorry. Did you just see that? No, I'm going to do
All
it
right,
again.
that's good, Billy. Thank you.
No, Billy, really quick. I just want to look. Big cat.
Yeah.
Live video is look at the notification.
Oh yeah, dude. Kendrick Perkins still has you
live,
canceled.
Live video is temporarily unavailable for this account. Blocked.
Everyone, please ask Kendrick Perkins in his comments, why did you block
Piece
Jersey
of
Jerry?
shit. I can't even go Instagram
Bubblegum.
Live anymore.
Bubblegum.
Scumbag.
Did he
And
tell
all
you at
because-
least to carry the hell on?
Huh?
That's my favorite when he says that to people. Carry the hell on.
Oh yeah.
And all because he
he's a
had
loser.
the balls to say Big Ben might be getting older.
Yep.
Yes, we showed him.
Well, I mean, if you according to last week, his comments are false.
That's true.
Big Ben had a great
He
week.
did.
He
Well, he
looks
had a great
so
fourth
young.
quarter.
And if you think about it like this, Big Ben last game was the oldest he's ever played in an NFL football game.
That's a fact.
But that record will be broken next week.
Exactly.
Right. Right.
But as of last week, Kendrick Perkins is so off.
So off. So off. All right, let's do a couple questions. Hank's got some questions.
Sorry, Billy. I'm sorry.
No, I thought he gave you some good advice there.
No, you're good. It's fight week. You can't be like anything that happens during fight week. No one can be like, "Oh, Jersey Jerry's kind of being a jerk." Like, no, it's fight week.
And also, you're going to hear from just a bunch of people that give you their advice on how to fight. You can't take everybody's advice.
Be you.
Be you.
Be you.
Yep.
I've been working for a manufacturing company for the past 8 years and recently graduated with an electrical engineering degree. I got promoted into an engineering role, and for the most part, I enjoy it. Some days, though, I find myself missing the day-to-day grind of being on the shop floor, and I was wondering if Jerry feels the same since moving to Barstool.
You know, it's funny he brings that up. You know, my mom asked me last week, she's like, how do you, like, we were eating at the dinner table, and, you know, kind of have the same routine every night, you know what I mean? I get home from work, I take my shower, I go downstairs in my little spot that I have and just hang out, and then when dinner's done, if I'm not cooking that night, she cooks, and, hey, Gerard, dinner's done, or whatever. Okay, so I go upstairs, and we sat at the dinner table, and, you know, she's like, how you liking it, really, though? How do you like it? And I'm like, you know, there's days where I do miss, you know, my old job. I really do. I miss being out in the cold, and I miss seeing all the guys and have it's a different camaraderie there. You know what I mean? Than it is here. Even though I love the people here, it's a lot different. You know what I mean? Here I spend maybe 6 hours, 7 hours a day, if that. You know, I'm a notorious early leaver sometimes, but you know, there you're spending 15, 16 hours every day, 6 days a week there. You know what I mean? So I do miss it some days. I really do. But, you know, I'm grateful that I'm here. I really am.
Let me ask you a question, Jerry. You had COVID recently. How many of those guys checked up on you every day?
Honestly, all the guys that I'm bringing to my fight have checked up on me.
But I checked up on you every single day.
Every day, you have.
Every day I
Every
texted
day.
Jerry saying, how you feeling?
Every day.
Do you miss being able to actually bring a lunch pail to work?
Yeah. So I still bring it here.
Oh.
I just
like
don't
that.
put anything in it.
That's
It's attached to my book bag if you ever look at my book bag.
Oh, that's smart.
It's a Carhartt book bag, Carhartt lunchbox.
I honestly think we should just put a bunch. I've told you this before, but like we need to just put a bunch of bricks, and every day before you start work, you just move them from one.
It's a good idea.
Part of the
I would
office
love
to the
that.
other.
I would
Yeah.
love that.
That's a follow-up question someone else asked. Jerry, what does a typical lunch pail lunch look like? Also, how would you rate Schittsburg Steelers as an insult?
Whoa. I know that laugh. That hurt him.
Yeah.
He's mad at that person.
Yeah.
Can we get that person's name?
I can ask.
Yeah, because there's going to need to be a follow-up.
So I say a typical blue-collar lunchbox inside the lunch pail would be, I'm going to go two different routes. Let's say one for a hard day's work and one day that you know it's going to be kind of light. So a hard day's work, I would pack 2 peanut butter and jellies. I would do probably 2 or 3 seltzers, a granola bar, and a chocolate pudding. Or you can do the mix.
Ooh.
You can do the vanilla and the chocolate pudding, just to get like a little sweet in there. Mm-hmm. And then on an easy day, I'd say you would do a turkey and cheddar Lunchable. It already comes with the Capri Sun and the Reese's, so you're good. That would be the light day.
Or like an Andy's Mint maybe for the end.
Yeah.
Those are nice. It sounds just so cool because I actually miss high school lunches.
Yeah, I do too.
Because there was something familiar about them. They would not they weren't world-class meals.
Yeah.
It was like 10 a.m.?
Probably, it was like 10 a.m. They're probably pretty shitty
early.
food.
Yeah.
But there's something like nice about just getting everything that you need on a tray.
Exactly.
And paying $2 for it.
Now, what days of the week would you guys order? Fridays?
Fridays
Oh,
usually.
that's nice. That's a nice treat.
And Saturdays.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a nice treat.
See, like what a lot of people didn't know is too, that obviously never worked for the company I worked for. After 5:30 in the afternoon, evening, if you work past 5:30, they would pay you $13.50 every time you work past 5:30, and that was your meal money. So say if you finished work at 8 at night, on the clock you were entitled to go for your meal with your crew at a diner or something like that and sit down and eat.
Sounds like that's what we got to put in place here so that you don't leave early.
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah. You know, I come in about, I'd say, 10:45, between 10:45 and 11:30, around there. And then I'm usually, I'm so programmed, like, it's so weird. I don't know how to explain it, but like 3 o'clock usually, like when I'm working there, is like the break. Is like that's when you sit in the truck and chill and stuff like that. And I'd say honestly about 2:41, I try to take the train.
Yeah,
I do my 2 or 3.
You can
shows.
round up. Yeah,
just described a 3.5-hour work day.
Now, did you?
I do my shows. I do my what I have to do.
You're training for Rough and Rowdy.
I'm training.
Now,
You know what I mean?
You do some stuff.
I just
off
had
the
a
clock.
son. I'm a father of 1.
Congratulations.
You know what I mean? So it's a long day for me. You know, it's a long day.
11:30 to 2:40.
When you were working blue collar, would you do the thing where you just see how long you can go without looking at the clock?
Sometimes. And it's crazy. Like if you do that and like don't pick up your phone, dude, the day just flies.
It's like whenever I go on a treadmill, I cover up the time.
I do that too on the row machine. You drape it over there.
Yeah.
Because that's all you'll do is you'll just stare at that, and every second feels longer.
Yeah, it's true.
I had a question about union life for you, actually, because about a year ago we went through a brief unionization effort here at Barstool Sports. It was a very real scandal and a very real thing that we dealt with. Have you given any thought to whether or not you would want to start a union here?
I think it's such a good idea.
Really?
And I'll be the shop steward.
Okay.
I think it would really, change things a lot.
Yeah, what would you like to see changed around here?
I'd like to see, and I'm not talking about any specific person here.
Careful.
No, that's management putting pressure on you, Jerry. Don't listen to management.
It is.
Careful.
Somebody who's a top dog here. This would never fly in the union, especially once you sign that contract. Somebody who I would say is a top dog here is in debt for pizzas still to me.
Actually, it might be 6 because we're in December.
Wow, 6. 6. And then once you sign that union contract,
they pay the pizzas.
Oh, dude, they will. I would have had 6 pizzas at the start.
Yeah, just to make sure, just to show a good faith.
You could shut down operations.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you could strike right now because of the lack of pizzas.
I could do that.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, I might do that after the fight.
Okay. I like that.
I might start leaving at 12:41.
11:30 to 12:41. Because the problem is, and I don't know which top dog you're talking about, but he keeps saying the pizzas are coming, the pizzas are coming.
Yeah, and then you see like people getting delivered 52 pizzas.
Right.
Like that is, I had nothing to do with it. All right. Okay. That's the first time you get a pass.
Yeah, like somebody goes home and they've got all their clothes have pizzas on them.
Yeah.
And they're just making videos all the time talking about all the pizzas. They have too many pizzas.
Yeah.
People are just giving them pizzas left and right. And meanwhile, how many pizzas do you have?
0.
None. 0.
It's just something to think about.
0.
All right, last question, Hank. What do we got?
Last one.
Oh, give me 2 more. We got time for 2.
How do prison records affect union membership?
It's pretty much doesn't matter.
There it is.
Doesn't matter.
That's
Especially if you got family in there and they get you in, like that's out the window.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have a passport. Sorry. In 2011, I got my passport taken away for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, obviously, I started the union before the 5 years was up. My boss asked, you know, hey, you know, your license and stuff like that, passport, whatever. If you have it, I don't have it. You know, why did you get it taken away? I told him, and he's like, how the fuck did you get a job here? Well, don't worry about it. So it really doesn't matter.
I love it.
Jerry, do you have any advice for the Major League Baseball players that are being locked out right now? You ever been locked out?
We went on, like, not a lockout, but like kind of like a stand down. Like, we ain't doing shit. Like, we'll take the truck out, but we're sitting in our truck and we ain't doing nothing. You know, like we still went to work, but we just didn't do anything for like a week. We just sit in the truck.
That must have been awesome.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
it was great. Supervisors would come by and like, what are you guys doing? Nothing. Sitting in the truck. That's it. Because they try to cut back over. Like the supervision always tries to cut back overtime because of their PIP. The less we work, the more money gets put in their pocket and their bonus and stuff like that. So they always try to shut down overtime while we, the workers, we try to make the money and work overtime. And once they play that bullshit cutting overtime, nah, fuck you, bro. We won't do nothing.
So that's kind of like here where like a dog underneath the top dog has a stipulation in his contract that if he can make sure no one ever gets any pizzas, he gets an extra $2 million at the end of the year.
Who gets that?
I don't know.
Is that a thing?
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of just figured it out now. That would be really low.
That'd be really low.
It would be.
Really low. All he has to do is keep 6 pizzas away from you, and he gets $2 million. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that'd be pretty wild. That'd be pretty wild.
Pretty wild.
What did you guys talk about in the truck? Didn't that get boring?
Not really. Like, it's just like dudes who just hate their wives and just hate, like, they just can't wait to, like, hang out on the weekend and just drink and just gamble and
watch sports.
Yeah, like, stuff like that. Like, we would never have, like,
political,
serious.
Yeah.
No. Well, everybody, it wasn't really. Everybody was on the same page when it came to that. I'm not going to say who. But.
All right, last one, Hank.
Last one, a quick one. Does driving around cleaning swimming pools count as blue collar?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
I think so. You know,
It's like lift heavy shit. Well, I guess not just cleaning.
Well, think about it like this.
Pool construction is fucking...
People who are doing that as an everyday job probably live in warmer weather.
Yeah.
So when they're doing that, I'm sure they're sweating. I'm sure the sun is beating on them. You know what I mean? So I'd say blue collar
Maybe
for sure.
if you're doing it in like Florida, you got to deal with alligators sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd just say if
dangerous.
you sweat at work, it's blue collar.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't care if you're just like a little bit out of shape and you're doing spreadsheets and you're doing them really fast.
I agree.
If you're so fast on the computer that it makes you sweat, that's blue collar.
For sure. 100%.
All right, Jerry. Thank you.
You got it.
BuyRNR.com.
Yep.
Go check it out right now. Friday night, Charleston, West Virginia. Jersey Jerry is the headlining fight. It's going to be a great, great show. If you haven't ever bought Rough and Rowdy, it's the best. It's basically 3 hours of comedy and fights, and it's just the best. And Jersey Jerry is going to knock out first round?
Second round knockout.
Second round knockout.
Put a body shot.
All right, Jerry, pick a number. We're all picking numbers.
Okay.
81.
Give me 21.
21. All right.
68.
Jake?
18.
18 for Jake. It's exciting. If you hit this, you get 6 pizzas. 52.
7-time tied with 47.
Wow.
Coming for the crown.
It's like LeBron and MJ and Brady and Manning part 3.
Wow.
52
Brady
and 47.
and Manning?
Or whatever it is. LeBron and MJ part 2.
Love you guys.
Talking away. I don't know what I'm to say. I'll say it anyway. Today's another day to find you shying away. Oh, I'll be coming for your love of days. Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. Needless to say, I'm on the sentence, but I'm stolen away. Slowly learning that life is okay. Say after me, it's no better to be safe than sorry. Take on me.